Are we recording? We're
We
Yay! Hey, Lindy.
Hello.
Hi, this is Susie, and that is my bestie, Lindy. And if you've landed on this video, you have landed on my channel, Suzie Sayz. And I have my best soul sister partner in crime, Lindy Macartney, who is going to, she's going to interview me to find out who the Suzie is behind the Suzie Sayz. So first of all, this woman has been very part of my story for the past 4 years, Linz.
Gosh.
And with the journey that we have been on, wow. I truly was blessed with the girls, the women that came into my space over the last few years. And yours and my friendship really has surprised a lot of people, and surprised us. Oh my God. So who knows me in the last 4 years, the raw Suzie, to actually ask me the questions. So thanks, my darling Lindy. So grateful for you. So from Cape Town, sending you love all the way up in Johannesburg.
Suze, thank you. And thank you for honoring me with this momentous task of other people getting to know Suzie and Suzie Sayz. So it's going to be fun, it's going to be raw, it's going to be very real. And like you say, what a magnificent 4 years. So I think what we'll start off with is, let's start off with, because we're launching now Suzie Sayz, which is all very exciting. So who is Suzie Sayz? What is it?
Okay, so what is Suzie Sayz? So Suzie Sayz, I think it actually started off as a joke with, somehow I always seem to have good advice for people, and they're like, no, but Suzie says, Suzie, you must listen to Suzie because Suzie says. So I had a pull to open up a YouTube channel. And so in 2013, funny enough, when I was in Las Vegas at the end of 2013, I landed up with a friend in Vegas setting up my channel, YouTube channel. And I wanted to use this channel to somehow find my way of Suzie making a difference in this world. I didn't know through what and how it was going to all unfold, but I just knew Suzie Sayz and the bit of advice or whatever I had in me that was just dying to bubble out needed a platform. So the YouTube channel Suzie Sayz was registered, and then the Instagram as I learned a bit more about technology, and then now the Facebook page. And I just wanted to be me, like not that I'm not me, but just really inspire people and bring, I've been on such a journey the last few years, as you know, and bring together the teachers that I had, the people that have got me to where I am now, and share them with others so that they can also learn, because I had to go seek it, and now I can share with them and share these stories of these incredible people I have met around the world over the last few years. So I want to bring them to life, and their stories and their healings and their inspirations. And so Suzie Sayz is like the place to go, because Suzie says it is.
And what Suzie says, we all need to listen, because Suzie has some valuable information. Sometimes what Suzie says it needs a bit of editing, but on the whole, what Suzie says is phenomenal, and there's always wisdom in Suzie's words. So why Suzie Sayz? Why now, and why Suzie Sayz?
Linz, if you look at it now, so what is the date? What is the date today? Is it the last day?
It's the 30th, last day of April.
So it's the last day of April in 2020, and we are in surreal times. Like, what on earth is going on? Like, and it's like the whole world has stopped. So the old world, as we know, really doesn't exist anymore. And you've got two choices in this lifetime and in this story, which I realized in my story, is to react. There's only two ways, positively or negatively. But the reason why Suzie says is because a lot of people don't actually realize what is going on inside them at the moment with all of this so-called, what they say, awakening, and all these feelings and these emotions and this roller coaster of fear and on one side and of love on the other. But nobody actually, we're been so conditioned into a robotic life that we have not known this awakened, incredibly magical life that is literally on the other side of it, like a curtain. Now we can bring in your curtains, Liz.
Okay, so thank you, because I said, should I mention my curtains? And Susie says, no, because we're going to draw attention to them. But actually, we're not in a different time zone. It is sunny outside, but with the curtains open, I had a glare behind me, and we thought about moving around, but you know, all I seem to be doing in this lockdown period that we're discussing is clean house. And if I turned it around, you would see my messy dressing table at the moment. So that wasn't an option. So we got closed curtains behind us with no glare, and Beauty over there, Beauty and the Beast. Beauty sitting in her sunshine. I know, not at all.
Lindy
Listen,
Macartney.
beasts have I didn't say it was a bad
Don't
beast.
backpedal now. Don't backpedal now.
Not the bad beast. You know, they are
Anyway,
good
so Lindy's curtains have got like alien lights coming in through the back. So it's all part of the set of this. So,
okay.
you know, Linz, why? No, you said why Suzie Sayz. You know, Suzie Sayz is, it's an expression of me, you know, over the last however many years of this story journey that I've been on. I've really met the most incredible people, and I wanted to bring, I just knew there had to be a place where from my story I could bring their stories to life and create an awareness for those coming into consciousness, those like waking out of this mare that we've been in, because everybody has their different grading of mare. And I had no one initially to hold my hand. And so I had to find this story and this path very much on my own until I started meeting people that were on this, that I resonated with, that were not of the normal society, what we're told is a 9-to-5 life. And I, you know, you want to broaden, you want to, there's this, they talk about this hunger in you, Les Brown, you know, you're going to be hungry. But I started searching for more, I don't know, interesting people, and started resonating with them when I realized what journey I was on of personal development. And so it was my personal development path. And I have met what influence they've had on my life is so massive. I mean, you know, that I want to bring my relationships with these people to and share them and their healings and their stories and make a difference, because I know that there are people out there that would resonate with the story, and to create an awareness and an understanding through these stories, through these people, of what is going on. So this platform, Suzie Sayz, was born 2013 in Las Vegas, of all the places. And, you know, the rest of social media, obviously, Suzie Sayz Facebook page has just been born like a week ago. So, and I know some beautiful people around the world. I've traveled a lot, and I cannot wait to connect. And I just know that I can make a difference, for sure. So that's what Suzie says, and give some wisdom out there for just. I'm just a regular girl, ish type of girlish. I mean, you know what I mean.
So the comment is, you said, I can make a difference. So Suze, you're already making a difference in so many of our lives. So
Thanks,
yes, you really are. And
thank you.
hopefully one of the first, I think we were both on this journey and kind of bumped into each other. So hopefully I was one of the first people in the running for this journey that we're becoming conscious beings, and it's just been phenomenal. So that's what Suzie says, but now this phenomenal journey of how Suzie's gotten here and how I'm interviewing this amazing being in front of me. So who is Suzie? What has this journey been about these last couple of years? And I think, sure, and it's amazing because we know it's been years in the making of growing our conscious awareness and growing this, but I mean, it just seems to be going faster and faster and faster. So we talk about 4 years ago, and then we talk about a year ago, and then we talk about a week ago, and it's just phenomenal. So
even an hour ago.
An hour ago. Our lives have changed.
We're down to the hour.
Just now we're going to be down to seconds. And so
we already are.
So who is this exactly? Who is this? Who is Suzie? Who's this person from 4 years ago that I got to know then, and the Suzie now? And what is this journey that you've been on? Tell us.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question back, because you love telling the story, Linz. The first time you saw Suzie and the lesson in it.
Okay.
So the stage is yours. Tell me again.
Set. You love the story too, don't you?
Yeah, because there's a lesson in it. Like, anyone who's listening to this, may this be a lesson.
Okay, so I started a new business back in 2016. I was busy going through a divorce and needed to broaden my horizons and look for something new to do, a new business. And I attended a training day for a network marketing company. And Suzie was very prominent in that company. And I sat at that training day and looked at her and I thought, wow, this woman really, she thinks quite highly of herself. Sorry, Suze. There's a lot. I saw ego, but bear in mind that I wasn't awake then either. So I was probably coming from my place of ego when I noticed the ego in Suzie, and I thought, here is this powerful woman standing in her rights as being a woman in this quite a male-dominated field at the time. And she really stood in her power, and there was really ego. And I thought, sure. And I was a little bit intimidated. I felt intimidated by Suzie. I felt, really intimidated. And anyway, long story short is that these trainings would occur monthly. And about a week before the following month's training, my second training day, I get a phone call from Suzie, who's high up in this company. And I want to make a name for myself in this company now as well. So it was quite an honor to receive a phone call from one of the heads, the head girl.
You've never used that word before.
The head girl.
Head girl.
I'm embellishing on this call now, So the head girl phones me. And
it is so funny.
Get all into business mode, and Suzie Jenkins on the other side of the line says to me, listen, are you coming to training? So I'm, yes, I'll be there training. So Suzie says, well, why don't you bring your pajamas and stay over at my house? And I'm thinking, this is a little bit odd. I don't know this woman really. Is she
You thought
interested in me?
I was coming on to you.
What kind of pajamas are we talking about when she says bring your pajamas?
Oh my God, I didn't
sure.
realize I had to be so specific.
I wasn't sure which type of pajamas I was packing. And I thought about it. I thought, this is a little bit strange. What do I do? And I thought, well, spending one-on-one time with someone who's so hype in the company is probably a good deal. And it's not a good idea. And it's not like we lived miles away from each other or from the training. So it was a little bit odd to have a sleep out. But I thought, okay. So I accept Susie's invitation. I put my bag in the car for training day. And my thoughts are that I will go to the Susie's house afterwards, and if I'm feeling at all uncomfortable, I'll make an excuse and leave. Anyway, we bought sushi on the way home and got some wine and went to Susie's apartment that was then on Witkoppen Road.
Yeah, it's so funny. The memory came up today on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Of
moving in.
Yeah.
And so we pitched up then, we opened one, and we were eating our sushi, and everything was really quite civil. Suze, I don't know.
Oh my God.
How much of the story I should tell. Anyway, the next.
Go for it.
Basically, there was then just a really great connection of minds. We actually, so we were sitting on Susie's balcony and I smelt weed wafting up from underneath her balcony. And I said, gosh, I smell weed. And Suzie said, do you? And I said, yes, don't you smell it? And all innocently, Suzie said, oh, is that what that is? And I said, yeah. And we sat there for a little while longer and the smell got stronger. And I said, sure, it's really strong. And Suzie said, do you smoke weed? So I said, no, never. And
Pinocchio.
And Suzie said, I have some. And it was actually quite hysterical, the two of us trying to roll this joint, because I wasn't actually very good at rolling a joint, and neither was Suzie. But
in those days,
needless to say that we bonded that night on a different level, and the rest is history. And it's just been a phenomenal 4 years, and I saw this magnificent being who I think at that stage was still trying to find her light and still trying to get rid of ego. And so that's been, I think, some of the journey. But it was so refreshing to see actually the true Suzie, not the Suzie that was on the stage, and the Suzie, the deep down Suzie. And we have journeyed so far down that consciousness path that I think there's only shrapnel of ego left in both of us. It's just we all need ego, we know that. But yes, no longer do I ever see any ego in Suzie. I see her now for the pure being of light that she is, and she brings out my light. So yes, so that's how we met, Suzie. Yay. It was a very long story. That's how we met. Okay. Oh my gosh, the rest is like, and if you think that's exciting, gosh, it just goes downhill from there. So.
Oh my God, it did go. It has. We have so many stories. So yeah, it's life is all about when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I had, I got divorced in 2011, and my boys then, over the next couple of years, I learned how to be a single mom, where I saw my children, pretty much every day, because I chose to move closer to where they were and be a very active mum in their primary school years before they went to boarding school. But I'd started on my journey a long time ago of, and gone through the journey of just not knowing who I was. So when you met me, 2016, hey, so I'd already been on my own. 2016 was a big year. 2016, I'd already been on my own for 5 years. I had already realized that I was on this personal development journey. I had committed to it. Once you commit to growing, Linz, you can't stop. You cannot stop. And I always knew there was something in me. We all know there's something in us. You know there's something in you. Every single human being, when you have that awareness that you just know that there is something big in you. It's when I started trusting and believing that big is actually real. And now what's so funny is that becoming conscious and becoming awake and remembering who I am even more every day, but having an awareness of it a couple of years ago when this big part of the journey started. I battled to succeed in anything. I battled to succeed in anything. I just couldn't get stuff done. And as much as I had everybody putting pressure on me, with leadership and my heart was just it was like I was being ripped apart inside of, when you just don't want to be somewhere, but you just don't know where you want to be, but you want to be there. It was like, it's so confusing.
I'm not.
Exactly. So what I decided to do in 2016, when just after I met you, the year before I had an attempted, I had a mugging, attempted whatever, and the guy had the universe via this person, like, shattered my existence of any safety that I thought I had in Johannesburg. And so, from being going to gym most mornings and being on a really, thought I was fixing my life and getting things back on track as a makeup artist, I took a big knock. And I realized on a conscious level, as conscious as I was then, I knew the universe was speaking to me, saying, stop. It stopped me just before, with my marriage. It stopped me. So I knew I was on a path. I knew I had to trust something that was greater than me. So I followed that path. And when 2016 was the year after I'd made that decision of, I'm going to Cape Town. So I put a piece of paper. When you make a decision now, I get it. I make a decision and it's done. I put a date on it. 1st of October 2016, and I live in Cape Town. And I drove in on the 22nd of September 2016, and we had just met. And you came down to Cape Town in the December, because I think it was your first December without your children.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I surrendered at the end of 2018. I just like, okay, universe, you've got plans for me, because I came down here still also to try and get my business going, to try and do as much as I could on that side, but I was just being thumped with, lesson after lesson after lesson after lesson. I was going through all these emotions, but I truly found myself over the last, couple of years. It all just exploded. Specifically, last year was a freaking massive year. I mean, it just got bigger and bigger. Like, do they ever stop? And I had a beautiful relationship, which really was such a gift. And
can I push pause?
Yeah, please.
Because before that relationship, what did you do What did you do to release everything? And then the relationship and everything came in. You were living in Le Jardin.
Yeah, I was.
And then?
I was living. So Le Jardin was 2016,
December.
2017, December 2018. So, okay, so we went. So during this time of arriving in Cape Town, I felt a little bit safer, and I found a park nearby that I could go walking. So it was a very big step for me to actually step out of four walls, because, you know, the world wasn't attacking me. Huge on my psyche. So I managed to step outside. I managed to make a commitment that I would, you know, really attempt to walk every day. Like, really, I was so. First day walking, I love my affirmations. For years now, I have all the books of doing the affirmations and doing the I ams. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I just knew I had to do it. I am this, I am. I was drilling it in. So I picked up a stick and I went walking, you know, with my I am, you know, happy, I am positive, I am whatever I am. And I went for a lovely walk all the way around my park. But a couple of months later, Lindy arrived for December. She's like, "Oh my God, what are all these sticks doing in this house?" She was corrected. She was corrected very quickly.
They weren't sticks.
They were wands. So every time I went out, I ended up picking up a new stick. Anyway, I had to correct Lindy. So when she went for her first walk, the next thing I catch you walking with a stick. Lindy, what are you picking up sticks for?
Remember, it bit me on the ankle though. It jumped up and attacked me. I was attacked by what?
So what has happened over those couple of years, and with regards to trying to figure out what was going on the inside of me, I was having quite a real interest in energies, because I'd come down to Cape Town and I had embarked on a journey of surrender to just, okay, fine, you know, bring me some new people, we can get my business going, friends going, inviting this all in. And I still landed up hermiting at home. So, and started really getting into the energy knowledge and understanding how thoughts were, and understanding what energies do on a deeper level. And Lynn's, now that I understand what energy fields are with regards to who Suzie is, I'm able now to figure out what happened to me. So the year before, you know, 2017 was a big year for me of starting to open up to bigger knowledge that was out there. But now I started looking odder to people, you know. They're like, "Oh my God, Suzie is a space cadet." Meantime, I was actually learning on everything, and I was actually learning about energies. I really, really got into it, and it's freaking the most amazing topic. And suddenly everything started making sense, and then obviously led me to a relationship which on an emotional, energetic level, and my all of that was exposed to me. So I now am able to guide others in pictures, as you know, with energy and with understanding of what is going on with them inside themselves, because I can feel it. I can feel it all.
And we all have the ability, but it's to learn to do that. And someone like yourself has taught me so much. And hopefully you can share that with other people in terms of feeling the energy within yourself, and then learning to feel energy within other people. And it's phenomenal. But
I
it's
know.
quite interesting that you went the whole want route and relationship route. But what I actually was going to, what energies you have to let go of in order for the new energy to come in, Suzie? In terms of, what did you do? Did you keep all your old shit around?
Oh, okay. So no. So what? So I'm letting you into my. I'm letting you into my fairy side. But yeah, working with energies, I realized down to a frequency level that the energy that I was in an energetic field, and I was stuck. I was still in the same energy field, same day. It was same energy field, different day. And it didn't matter which way I approached it. It didn't matter what I tried to do from 9 to 5 or 5 to 9 or which way around, different angle. I was still getting the same result. So something had to shift on a frequency level. And in order to get the energy moving, the most basic logical thing to do is to move it. So what's the first thing you do? I open my
you
cabinet.
and I would say, duh.
Duh. So these books, these self-help books, everyone says clean, get moving. And I was so stuck you know how stuck I was. I was stuck emotionally, I was stuck financially, I was stuck relationships, I just had stuck, there was no direction, I was just stuck. And when I understood the absolute simplicity of the science behind it, nobody ever taught us this stuff. Why not? Why have we been hidden by the basic science of energy? When I suddenly, the dots joined, and when they're really the aha moment, and I started putting it in pictures, in pixels, and understanding it without emotion in it, and then putting the emotion to everything, suddenly the light switched on, and I got bombarded with energy subjects and talks and people I connected with, and I got this my frequency changed with now being more interactive with these other frequencies. Everything changed. So the way to get it moving was I listened to them, and they said, get your stuff moving. So 2016 was a big, oh no, not 2016, January last year. 19.
Yes.
2018. That was already on
end
journey.
Of 2018.
18.
I was then December 2018.
Yeah. So building up to October, November, December, I was so working on me. I was getting rid of stuff. I'd already started cleaning things, but I just decided this is it. I'm stuck, and I'm unstucking. So Reset 2020 was born in 2019 because of 2018. And so it's all part of that journey. And at the end of 2018, I made a decision that I was unstucking my life. So I sold up. January, I made the decision again. I actually walked down to the beach and drew a line in the sand. Made a decision to reset my life. I could not come half-hearted. I was doing half of everything. I was letting everyone down around me, but firstly myself. And so with a very full heart, I reset and started throwing stuff away and clearing. And I called in, the universe is very special when it lines up. I mean, what are the chances of all my besties? Lindy flew down, Amanda flew down, Tammy was around, Tracy was around, everybody pulled in, the neighbors pulled in, I sold everything. And it was so easy. Lindy flew down, she got my garage. Hey, Lindy.
Can I tell them, Suze, the most interesting thing in your garage? So Suzie, on an energetic level, cleaning out the garage, the energy was so heavy in there that Suzie actually was purging. And so Suzie would sit on a chair and I was cleaning and dumping and cleaning and dumping. And what fascinated me the most was the amount of funeral notices, what do you call them? Funeral notices that she had kept over the years. And sometimes for the same person, there might have been 4 of them, you know, she would like keep all 4 of them together. And I was like, Suze, what? And she said, no, because, you know, we must remember them. And I said, well, are you remembering in the bottom of a drawer stuck in some cupboard in your garage? Like what? And we threw out hundreds of funeral, what are they called, Susie? Like,
well, not hundreds. I don't
notices.
know that many people have died.
Gosh,
But
and
yes,
old
those,
cards
yes,
from people
those,
and all those things that we keep. We obviously saved all the special stuff, all the photos, but there was a lot of bad energy in there that Susie actually couldn't even handle. So Susie just sat and purged and purged, and was old energy, and we cleared out.
Hey? So yeah, that was the biggest thing of clearing out. And then everything from then on, I went on to an incredible journey of last year of the highest and the lowest year of my life in many ways. But it's I reset my story. I got it. I suddenly realized that if I don't move, nothing is going to move. But I had to do it from the inside out. And last year I took proper ownership of my healing and of my life, and really committed and surrendered to my personal journey in this world. But we can talk for hours, and we can also, you know, there's so many stories still to come. But the thing is that this awakening of mine has been, it's real. You know, this isn't a fairy tale anymore. And I had to go through my own people not believing in me, or not that they not believed in me. They didn't hear me. They didn't hear me. And it was because I didn't hear me. I had to turn the whole project of this story that we've been so conditioned to, of that I'm this being, this body, this person. Meantime, we're not. We're actually these spiritual beings that have come to experience life through Suzie in Suzie's body. I've come to experience Suzie from inside out. And the last year, I started being shown Suzie first, because I didn't quite believe what I was seeing. And then the whole journey of finding Suzie like Nemo, you know, we found her. And this year has just been beautiful. It's been so special. It's been a really rough, but everybody has to go through it, and they don't have to do it alone anymore, because now they are those of us who've experienced it from the inside out. And for the first time in my life, Linz, I've learned how to be. I understand at a frequency level how important the frequency in these times of being, and that vibration of being true to yourself, and that light, and our DNA is the love frequency. And it sounds all airy fairy and spiritual, but it's freaking fact. It's science, you know. And when you have that knowledge of your frequency is the frequency of love, it's a frequency. We've just put a word to it, and you aspire to that. It makes you a better person, and it's made me lock into my finding purpose in every day, and giving back, and using my superpowers that are coming through in this moment to now truly grasp the, you know, when they say to be a servant leader and to serve.
It actually means.
I get the vibration. I understand it. It comes from me now. I know me. How can I serve if I don't know me? So my personal development, my personal growth has taken me into that deep path of understanding this awakenedness, because now so many people are doing this all together. The world is in this, oh my God, what is the story? UFOs and awakenings and energies and chaos and all of that. And it's perfect timing. It's perfect timing to show this other side, these people that I know and that I've met and have been my teachers and part of my journey. So how's that for on time? Everything's on time.
Absolutely. Everything is always perfectly on time, which is what we always say. But I mean, isn't it amazing that the last couple of years have been preparing us for this exact moment where we've got people looking into becoming conscious and questioning? And so we've done a lot of the work. We kind of, but if some of us are the forerunners, and now we can guide those that are coming along through
I
these hectic times
know.
that we're
I
experiencing. And it's so
know.
exciting. So where to from here now, Susie? What are your
It
parting
is
words?
so
I can't
exciting.
wait to hear about what's coming up on Suzie Says.
Okay, so Lindy Lou, what Susie says is now is that I have set up and am in the process of setting up. I'm a great believer, as you know, with energies. So what is to be comes to me in a frequency level. So I always check in on who I am attracting into my space, is because they're the message, they're the messengers, they're the people that are meant to come in. And I have got the best, most incredible people that I have met, as I've said, around the world and on our doorsteps, of people that I have met over my awakening journey in the last 9 years, particularly, and even before, I've got them all lined up, and they're all friends of mine. So it's been, and I know them from all over the world, and we've all been like on this awakening journey together, and some before and some others because of teachings, and so I'm in the process of setting up a whole lot of beautiful interviews like this, and coming to share their stories to the world, of who they are and what they offer, to and the right people will be go in the right direction, and be this guiding light of oh, it's such fun. It is such fun, all of this. How can I not? Ones and all. So yeah, it's very real for me. It's been a very real experience, and for the first time in my life, and as you know, I get it. Like, I get it properly, and I see my value, and I see what I can bring and add value to this world in my way of being. And I trust that my nows unfold exactly magically as I so deserve, as the world deserves. So I'm here to hold up that side of the energy on the universal plane, and get everybody through this interesting time, magical times, and yeah, through what Susie's being. I don't pretend, to be anyone else. I am that girl on stage, Linz, now. It's all one person now.
I know exactly. And now we're going to show the world.
Exactly. You too. Wait. So where to now? So you're going to be a lot more videos on my new Suzie Sayz Facebook page. I'll cross-reference someone too, and I'm trying to move everyone over to there, because I can run events and my coaching workshops on energy work and on personal coaching. I am a speaker coach anyway. Funny enough, the universe took me to get my accreditation in 2011, 2012 with John Maxwell. So now it's all, it's so funny how it all kicks in. So more videos. I try to learn a little bit more on social media. There is a podcast. Everything is podcasted. So right now I'm just trying to empower myself on how to get this all out, the right people hearing, and the journey starts. I'm bringing the healers to you all who are watching, of my journey, and these people are phenomenal and have unbelievable stories, and just to give people the ray of hope of it's all okay, and it's all okay. You can't stop this now, so you may as well
Embrace it.
latch on. Yeah, love it. Love your memory back. So that's me.
Awesome, Suze. It's been so much fun chatting to you and to hearing about Suzie Sayz, because we can't wait for you to introduce
like no
us
pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah, it's interesting.
But we want to see all these people now that can help us on our journey.
The best part of this whole awakening thing Linz, is that fear frequency that we have that goes, it like dissipates, eh?
I know,
And you
because we
just have
just,
this, and action can be taken now at a different level. And I know my job. I know I've just got to keep high as possible.
what do we always say? It is done.
It's done.
It's never
on
done.
my board
It's
here.
never done, but it
Yeah.
is done. Yeah, it is done.
It's done. Exactly. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank
me.
you, Suze. And we look forward to catching you on Suzie Sayz, because everyone takes heed of what Suzie says most of the time.
Everyone takes it.
Okay, Suze.
Most of the time.
We wish you love and light and joy and bliss on your journey.
Thanks, my darling. Well, you're with me all the way, so
with you.
Yeah, it has to be. Otherwise, has a prerequisite. All right, let me end this recording. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, my darling.
Pleasure, treasure.